Welcome to Movies in the Making. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at the 1987 crime drama film Wall Street, originally released by 20th Century Fox, now 20th Century Studios, and directed by Oliver Stone. Here, we will dive deep into the story of the production of this film. Greed is good, according to the film's protagonist Gordon Gekko. This film, however, has such distinctive charm that took so much effort making. After all, there were many backstories for casting its actors and filming locations used. So, sit back and enjoy the show. You're all in for a consumerist ride. Oliver Stone was influenced by his father's experience in the older, more traditional world of Wall Street when he conceived his 1987 film Wall Street. Growing up, Stone would visit his father at work in small, dark offices that lacked modern technology, where relationships with clients were built over time, and the profession was seen as cultured and respectable. His father believed that Wall Street played a key role in helping American companies and the economy grow, reflecting a positive Eisenhower-era view of America. However, Stone later became disillusioned with the idealized vision, especially after his father's passing, and sought to capture the shift in the financial world of the 1980s. With the rise of figures like Gordon Gekko, embodied by Michael Douglas, Stone depicted the greed and materialism that overtook the industry, contrasting it with the more honorable, service-orientated world his father had experienced. Stone saw the film as a reflection of a larger societal shift, influenced by the Reagan-era's celebration of American prosperity, which ultimately gave way to unchecked financial excesses. This film became an exploration of this new breed of businessmen, representing a tipping point in the country's economic culture, one that Stone's father, if alive, might have come to recognize as a departure from the values he had upheld. Stone conducted extensive research for Wall Street, immersing himself in the worlds of high finance to accurately depict the industry's culture. He sought to capture the moral ambiguity that set up the financial world during the 1980s. He observed the inner workings of stock brokerage firms, where intense pressure and competition led to risky behaviors. Stone also analyzed the systematic changes in capital markets during the late 20th century, where capital became the dominant force, crossing national boundaries and driving global economies. While the firm captures the pace and intensity of the financial world, Stone's research also led him to explore the broader, structural changes that were fueling the industry's excesses, which laid the groundwork for global financial collapse. Michael Douglas landed the role of Gordon Gekko in Wall Street after being drawn to the script's high praise in Hollywood. Despite some initial doubts from studio executives about his age, Douglas was eager to take on the role, even accepting a pay cut from his usual fee. His background as both an actor and producer attracted director Stone, who valued Douglas's understanding of the business world. To prepare, Douglas drew inspiration from real-life corporate figures and studied their characteristics, particularly focusing on their charm, intellect, and ruthless ambition. Although nervous at first due to the film's extensive dialogue and technical demands, Douglas eventually embraced the role and delivered a performance that would become iconic, especially through his famous "Greed is good" speech. On the set of Wall Street, Stone employed his typical intense and manipulative methods to push his actors to deliver powerful performances. Douglas recalled a particularly sneaky moment when Stone pulled him aside and harshly questioned whether he was using drugs, claiming that his acting seemed off. This comment, which threw Douglas off at first, turned out to be a psychological tactic to provoke a stronger performance. Stone, known for his Vietnam mentality, wanted more anger from Douglas and was willing to sacrifice their relationship to achieve that. After the confrontation, Douglas worked immensely to channel the emotions Stone desired, which ultimately led to a Golden Globe and an Academy Award for his portrayal of Gordon Gekko. This mind game was just one example of Stone's notorious approaches to filmmaking, where he would often challenge his actors in extreme ways to achieve the desired intensity. Gordon Gekko's famous "Greed is good" speech in Wall Street was inspired by a 1986 commencement address given by notorious inside trader Ivan Boesky, who declared, "Greed is right," and encouraged graduates to embrace greed. Stone, drawing from his personal experience as the son of a Wall Street stockbroker, used Boesky's words as the foundation for Gekko's now iconic line, "Greed is good. Greed is right. Greed works." The line effectively captured the moral decay and excesses of the 1980s financial world, a theme Stone sought to explore in the film. Although many misquote the line as simply "greed is good," It succinctly summarized the ethical dilemma Stone was critiquing. Ironically, the film's portrayal of Gekko's materialistic success led some viewers to aspire to emulate him, despite the film's critique of such behavior. Stone has since stated that greed is not good, and even revisited the line in the film's sequel, Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps, 20th Century Fox, 2010, to highlight the ongoing prevalence of greed in modern society. Charlie Sheen was cast in Wall Street after gaining recognition for his breakout role in Stone's previous film Platoon, 20th Century Fox, 1986, which earned him critical acclaim and a partnership with Stone. This led to Sheen being cast as Bud Fox, the young and ambitious stockbroker in Wall Street. Sheen, who later had a troubled off-screen life filled with partying and substance abuse, was at the height of his career when he took on the role. However, his personal struggles, including a history of erratic behavior and legal issues, began to overshadow his acting career. Despite this, Sheen's success in the film was significant, though his later career would see a decline. In the film, Charlie Sheen was given the opportunity to choose who would portray his character's father, and he selected his real-life dad, Martin Sheen, over the other option, Jack Lemmon. The film cast Martin as Charlie's on-screen father, a blue-collar worker, which created a unique dynamic between the two. Charlie, who had previously worked with Stone on Platoon, felt that while Jack Lemmon was a genius, his own father would be the perfect choice. Martin later explained that Charlie suggested the idea to Stone, who agreed that it would work well, and the experience of acting together was deeply meaningful for both. The Sheens' collaboration in Wall Street was not only a memorable family moment, but also led to future joint appearances, such as in Hot Shots, Part 2, 20th Century Fox, 1993, and the ABC TV show Spin City, further cementing their familial bonds in their professional lives. Daryl Hannah's casting in the film came after a string of roles, including a supporting part in Blade Runner, Warner Bros. 1982, and a leading role in Splash, Touchstone Pictures, 1984. These roles gave her the confidence to choose projects based on directors she admired, like Neil Jordan and Oliver Stone. After expressing her interest to both, she ends up in High Spirits, TriStar Pictures, 1988, and Wall Street. However, her casting in Wall Street was met with challenges, as she was considered miscast as Douglas's mistress, and her interactions with director Stone were strained. Stone viewed her as a Californian airhead and used harsh methods to try and make her portray a tough character, which left her feeling alienated. This experience left Hannah to refine her approach to choosing roles, focusing on her empathy for characters rather than their moral alignment. She also faced conflict over a Diet Coke commercial that had used her image without her permission, which she challenged, leading to a financial settlement and the opportunity to work on Steel Magnolias, TriStar Pictures, 1989. Wall Street was filmed in various locations across Manhattan, Queens, and Long Island. Key sites in Manhattan included the New York Stock Exchange at 11 Wall Street, offices at 222 Broadway, and the iconic 21 Club at 2152nd Street. Several scenes were shot at notable buildings such as Bud's apartment at 60 West 75th Street and the tall building at 26 Broadway and Beaver Street. The film also used locations like the Sony Plaza Public Arcades on East 56th Street and Madison Avenue, as well as spots like Tavern on the Green and Sheep Meadow in Central Park. Other Manhattan locations included East 81st Street, 926 Fifth Avenue, and East 69th Street, enhancing the film's vibrant New York atmosphere. In addition to Manhattan, New York City, the film traveled to Queens, where scenes were shot at Al's Tavern on Guy R. Buer Boulevard, and to Long Island for Gordon Gekko's home at 67 Surfside Drive in Bridgehampton. For a pivotal scene, the South Street Seaport on the East River was used, and Bud's penthouse was filmed at Connaught Tower at East 54th Street. The film also incorporated several prestigious addresses like 821 Madison Avenue and East 65th Street, contributing to the film's depiction of the high-powered financial world. The bold power suits worn by Gekko epitomized the high-flying, self-assured world of the successful 1980s investment bankers, while Bud's began in more modest, ill-fitting suits that reflected his naive ambition. The costume design, led by Alan Marajnik with Alan Flusser as the main consultant, emphasized the transition from Gekko's impeccable, flamboyant style to Fox's growing confidence, symbolized by a shift towards more sophisticated, Gekko-inspired attire. Gekko's outfits, such as his signature blue contrast color shirts and luxurious accessories, not only defined his character but also influenced real-world fashion, making items like power suits and specific shirt styles iconic. The visual contrast in the characters' clothing, along with subtle changes in their attire as the story progressed, helped underscore the themes of ambition, success, and the moral shifts of the characters, contributing to the film's enduring influence on both fashion and the overall portrayal of Wall Street culture. Filming Wall Street was a grueling yet transformative experience. Stone's innovative visual techniques, like portraying conversations as physical confrontations, mirrored the high-stakes, survival-driven atmosphere of Wall Street. Michael Douglas, stepping away from more heroic roles, embraced the darker character of Gordon Gekko, researching corporate raiders to create a chilling, charismatic portrayal of unrestrained capitalism. The film was a cultural milestone, featuring the first ever mobile phone used in cinema and drawing from real-world events like Ivan Boesky's famous "Greed is Good" speech. With memorable moments such as the John Paul I reference and its portrayal of power dynamics, Wall Street captured the essence of a world where fortunes could be made or lost in an instant, leaving a lasting mark on both cinema and finance. Robert Richardson became the cinematographer for Wall Street through his ongoing collaborations with Oliver Stone, marking the beginning of a significant partnership that would span multiple projects. Richardson's distinctive approach to cinematography, which often blends diverse styles and techniques, was crucial in shaping the visual language of Wall Street. Known for his experimentation with different film stocks, shutter speeds, and lighting, Richardson brought a dynamic aesthetic to the film. His intuitive and boundary-pushing style, along with willingness to take risks, creates a unique visual experience in Wall Street. Richardson's approach involves a deep understanding of the camera's capabilities, a personal commitment to creating narrative-driven visuals, and a dedication to evolving with each new project. Claire Simpson's journey to becoming an editor for Wall Street is rooted in a mix of tenacity and, as she humbly admits, luck. After starting her career assisting renowned editor D.D. Allen on Red's Paramount Pictures, 1981, Simpson quickly gained recognition for her own work, winning an Academy Award for editing Platoon. Her career spans over a dozen films, including collaborations with directors like Oliver Stone and Ridley Scott. Throughout her career, Simpson has worked with a variety of strong personalities, balancing their creative visions with her own in a way that fosters both productivity and employment. Stuart Copeland, best known as the drummer for The Police, became the composer for Wall Street after gaining recognition for his film scoring, which began with Rumblefish, Universal Pictures, 1983. Initially, that film's director Francis Ford Coppola approached him for Rumblefish at the suggestion of his sons, who were fans of The Police. Copeland then continued his scoring career in the mid-1980s. For Wall Street, he created a tense and aggressive score with sharp drums and synthesizers that matched the high-stress environments of the financial work depicted in the film. His innovative style, blending percussion with synthesized sounds and creating unique sonic textures, became a signature of his work, influencing his future film scores. As of the 10th of March, 2025, Wall Street has a 79% critics rating on Rotten Tomatoes, a 56 out of 100 critics score on Metacritic, a 7.3 rating on IMDb, and a 3.6 rating on Letterboxd. The film's budget was about $16.5 million and it grossed almost $44 million following its initial release date of the 11th of December, 1987. Michael Douglas's performance particularly received widespread acclaim and won him the Academy Award for Best Actor. Conversely, Daryl Hannah's acting was received negatively and won her the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Supporting Actress, making Wall Street the so far only film to win both an Oscar and a Razzie. In the 1990s, Wall Street experienced a resurgence in relevance, particularly following high-profile financial scandals like those involving Michael Milken and Ivan Boesky, which brought insider trading and corporate greed into the public spotlight. The film, initially met with lukewarm reception and moderate box office earnings, became a cultural touchstone as it was re-evaluated in light of the excesses and ethical lapses of the 80s financial world. The film's iconic line, "Greed is Good," and its portrayal of Gekko as the epitome of corporate excess resonated with the growing cynicism surrounding Wall Street. In 1990, Newsweek's cover story asking, "Is greed dead?" underscored the cultural impact of the film as it became linked to the moral and legal fallouts from the decade's financial scandals. This period cemented Wall Street as a defining commentary on the era's corporate culture, reflecting the dark side of capitalism and the public attitude shifted toward a more critical view of the financial sector. And that wraps up our deep dive into the making of Wall Street. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay updated on all things movies in the making. Let us know in the comments what you think of Wall Street, or if you have any favorite moments from a film we did not touch upon, or what films you would like to hear covered by this channel. Also, be sure to check out our community page, where we announce what films we talked about by this channel each week. New posts arrive every Friday, or Saturday if we forget to post on Friday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time on Movies in the Making, where we will be talking about Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, RKO Radio Pictures 1937, and more films to follow along the way. Tune in for more Movies in the Making as we uncover the stories behind cinema's most unforgettable films. This has been Jason Scotchmer, film enthusiast and passionate about the arts.